Okay, recording dah start dah.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Rose. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kita mulakan dengan umul kitab Al-Fatihah.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Sorry, technical delay. Sorry. Okay. Saya nak share. Okay, share slide. Okay. Boleh nampak skrin saya?
Boleh?
Nampak slide Okay.
Bukan showcase tu.
Masuk dia. Sekarang nampak slide saya?
Nampak the whole screen of your laptop.
So sekarang ni kira saya assume boleh nampak saya punya PowerPoint kan?
Boleh?
Okay.
Bukan dalam bentuk slideshow.
Okay, ya. So sekarang saya dah slideshow kan? Okay. Okay,
Okay.
okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, sorry for the delay. Okay, actually today is just a simple sharing on how we can use the components inside UDAS, but also we can also actually use UDAS as a platform. That means all our external links can be parked here and we conduct our final exam through this platform. Okay, so for agenda today, we go through first what is actually UDAS in terms of our e-learning ecosystem. And then we'll see on the implementation, that means how we can actually utilize UDAS. And then we go for Q&A session. Okay, before we enter, so what diagram here, this is actually our ecosystem, e-learning ecosystem in UMP. Okay, there are three parts in which is first is teaching and learning, okay, in which we actually have three platforms for it, which is Kalam, as we are using, Tinta and Ilmu. This one is actually in where which we actually majorly we store our materials inside here, okay. And then moving on, this is where UDAS comes in, which is on the assessment part. So basically, UDAS is only focused for assessment, okay. And then third one is the e-course folder. Okay, so for today, our scope will be how we can actually utilize UDAS by using the components inside there to actually facilitate us on how to conduct the final exam. Okay, before we start, actually, we have to make sure that we already have our questions. just to recap, UDAS is not only used for final exam. Actually, we can use for other assessment. That means test, quiz, or whatsoever. But for final exam, please make sure the questions are ready. That means it's already been verified by the SMEs, subject matter expert. And also make sure, if possible, we already have the date and time. But we can set up before we know the finalized time. And also the integrity form. Okay. Okay. These are the steps. Actually, I made some simple steps to actually how to implement. First, the first part is actually the integrity form, which is actually from the PPA. So I'll teach you how to actually embed inside the UDAS. Second is the proctoring style. That means what they are doing now is how we want to embed the Microsoft Team link for the final exam session, and also alternatively how to set for the Google Meet also. So there are two choices here. And then the third one is how to utilize Moodle block for question and also marking, and also how to embed other external forms like Google Form. Okay, so I think we can straightway go for the practical part. Okay, actually, this is UDAS. So if you log in into UDAS, okay, udas.ump.edu.my, insert your login credential, which is same for the use of Kalam, and then you'll see your page here. Okay, so when you enter your page here, okay, you can see your subject. Click on the subject. Okay, so basically, you see here, this is the page that you enter. So actually, what we can do is, first is we create a topic. Okay, we set an assessment based on topic. So what we do is, if you go down here, okay, first click on third editing on. Okay, so you have on the editing mode. So now you can edit. So when you come down here, okay, you can see here add topics. So here you add a topic, okay, in which, okay, you edit the topic here as final exam. Okay, this is to indicate the final exam is here. So but actually I already did an example up here. So we set the title of the what do you say, the title of the topic as the exam paper name. That means final exam BTE. For this subject is BTE 3232 Communication System Design Laboratory. Okay, the informations here, that means how you enter the informations here is you click edit topic. Okay, so you add the informations here. So suggested information is date, time, duration. This is similar to the first page of our exam paper. Okay, so we put the details here. So the date, time, duration, session, instruction to the candidate. Okay, and then you also, we set the fifth one, you are required to switch on the web camera on your computer smart during test. Please click here. Here is where we set actually our link. If you're using Microsoft Teams, then we can embed the link later here. Okay, and then we put the test requirement if there is any requirement. Okay, once this is done, okay, you save changes. So when you save changes, okay, make sure you hide first while setting. Okay, and then you can see this until this part here. Okay, the highlighted part, this is actually the first page of the final exam paper. Okay, the details are here. And then coming down, okay, now how we want to set up for the student integrity form. Okay, so here the component that we use here is actually, we call it as URL. So I show you an example. Okay, add an activity. Okay, for UDAS, actually it has been limited to only 4 components. The reason is because we want to keep it minimum only for assessment, not uploading materials or whatever. So if we go here, we have assignments, we have forums, we have quiz, we have URL. Okay, so in order to embed the URL form, the what you say, the integrity form. Okay, first foremost, we have to ready first the integrity form. Okay, so okay, so now we open new tab. We go to our Google form. Okay, now we can view our Google Form page. Okay, if you notice up here, these are the reason forms that actually we created. Okay, go here, go to the template gallery up here. Okay, here we can find all the templates that has been created by actually our fellow members in UNP. Okay, so basically there's one integrity form here. Okay, if you click on it, okay, you can see here there are already a ready-made integrity form here. Okay, so you can choose, so you can actually edit this form. Okay, make sure you edit the title here based on your subject name. Okay, make sure you edit the details of the what you say, the details of the exam. Okay, the subject code, and then here, actually, you can make it in a way, either you enter it by using drop down list. That means if you already have the student list, you can enter the drop down here, or you let the student enter their name here. Okay. And then this is the instruction. So make sure you edit uh, subject name, and you please double check the instruction. So here is the instruction where how to student will answer. That means they write clearly on papers, okay, and then they scan. They up there. I will upload the answer. Okay, okay. So once this has been edited, so I'll show you an example that has been done. Okay. Okay. This is the example I have done for this subject. So now, since the subject is already here, we already created this. So how are we going to make a template out of this so that we can reuse it the next time? So basically, you go back. Okay, now we come back to this page. Okay, you create template gallery. Okay, you click the button submit template. Okay, now, now you have this page here, submit a template. So now what you do is you select a form. Okay, and then you go to reason. Okay, so when you go to reason, you already have here the recently access your form. So you click on it, okay, and then you select a category. Let's say you say basics, okay. So you submit. So now you can see here your integrity form is already here. So the next time, if you want to use, you just go back this. You come here to the template gallery. You click on the form, and then you just edit back if you and for the necessary things, and then you can reuse back the form. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily to create a new one each time. So you can simply create a template, and then you can use it back here. Okay, so once you already have here, okay, okay, so how you going to embed? Okay, click on the eye here, okay, then you get the view over here, and then we come back to course here. Okay, now we are ready. Our integrity form is ready. Okay, now we add an activity or resource. Okay, we choose URL. So now this is the form. So we create here student integrity form as the title. Okay, here at the external URL is where you enter this forms URL. Okay, so you click on the form. Okay, and then you put it here. Okay, and now here is the instruction where you have to put for the students. So since I already created earlier, so I just put a simple instruction. Okay, so you are required to fill in this form before taking your final exam. Your answers to this exam if it be invalid and will be given 0 mark if this form is not submitted before test. Okay, make sure you click display description on course page. Okay, Once it has been done, the second part is appearance. Okay, appearance usually will be automatic. Okay, here. So I'll show you the behavior. So what kind of behavior will happen if you choose these settings? Automatic means if we choose the best automatic setting. Okay, so here, if the best setting I can suggest you is to bring in pop-up. Okay, why? Because when in pop-up, it brings out the form to another web browser popping as a pop-up and will not leave the UDAS page. Okay, so in pop-up, then you click save and return to the course. Okay, now we have here the one that we created. So just to test and see, okay, you just click on the student integrity form. You can see the pop-up is here. So student will fill in this form and then they can submit. Okay, and then once they submitted, they click X, so they come back to this page. So far until this integrity form, is it okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay, okay, thank you. So I just delete it. Okay, so now we have the integrity form. So next is how to set up for the, if you look here, we already have done the integrity form, how to ready it, and then how to embed. Okay, now second is the proctoring method. That means how we want to create the Microsoft Teams, and we also the alternative method for the Google Meet. Okay, for same case here, okay, we add an activity. Before we add an activity. This one is for Microsoft Teams. Okay, we choose URL. Okay, now we have here. Okay, final exam link. Okay, say put a note there, Microsoft Teams.
Tak nampak, tak nampak.
Nampak?
Awak nampak muka orang lain pula ni.
Ada orang share screen ni.
Redo.
Okay, sekejap. Ada.
Start
Ada orang
dari
share.
itu.
Press screen share ni, screen sharing ni. Aduh.
Ada orang share screen ni. Siapa ni? Aduh, sekejap. Okay, nampak tak skrin saya?
Nampak.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Tak nampak.
Tak nampak.
tak nampak?
Tak ada apa pun.
Nampak screen tapi slideshow tak nampak.
Ada tulis Microsoft Whiteboard je.
Nampak Microsoft whiteboard je.
Bahaki tu, bahaki.
Yang nak masuk-masuk ni macam kacau lah.
Itulah.
Dia tak boleh buat proses behind auto admit ke.
Itu kejap lagi saya nak tunjuk tu.
Okay.
Redo balik yang buat add soalan tu.
Okay, sekejap yang
Dr. Fahim sebenarnya ramai yang pergi ke Google Meet link tau sebenarnya. So diorang baru dapat link ke team ni.
Ya, betul.
Macam mana dia orang pergi sana?
Sebab di set up dalam email adalah Google Meet link.
Dia tak edit link tu lah tu. Bukan saya yang plus email tu. Okay, tak plus, sorry for the error. Sekejap.
Ini keluar sharing orang lain punya sharing ni, Doktor.
Itulah saya tengah
Whiteboard
stress.
meeting pula.
Orang lain punya sharing.
Doktor Bahaki tu.
Muhammad Bahaki ni.
Apa saya buat? Stop Okay, sorry. Tertekan.
Whiteboard dah keluar ni.
Gitu lah. Oh.
Saya out dulu.
Kacau
Okay.
lah.
Tertekan.
Tak apa, no worries. Siap saya share balik. Okay, share. Status. Okay, nampak tak saya punya screen?
Nampak.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, selingan tadi Okay, next Okay, saya rasa saya redo balik lah. So, okay, so sekarang ni kita dah set untuk integrity form. So next thing is kita nak set up kita nak set up Microsoft Teams, dan juga alternatively saya akan ajar jugalah kita nak set up untuk Google Meet. So since UDAS kita ni, our UDAS already have embedded Microsoft Teams, okay. So first URL, choose adding a new URL, okay. As usual, you have to name, okay. So we put the final exam link, okay. This one is not here yet, okay. So buat apa? Put instruction first lah. Please use this link to access our online final exam. Okay. Lepas tu, please make sure your webcam is on. Any, saya leave it to the lecturers lah on prerogative. Okay. Okay. If you notice here, the description ni, okay, we have Teams meeting icon. Okay. So if you click on the icon, okay, you can get this page here. Welcome to Microsoft Teams meeting and those things. Okay. So click sign in. Okay. So it will redirect to another page. Okay, since my laptop is already there, the credentials, so it's already signed in, and then you can see here the button create meeting link. Okay, so you click the create meeting link, so you can see here the details to create. Okay, so add title here, let's say final exam BTE 3232. Okay. So I just set there the exam to be on 21st February. So, okay, 21st February. Okay, you choose here, choose the timing. Okay, let's say 2:30 p.m. and automatic dia 5:30 p.m. Kenapa dia tak pilih choose ni?
1 hour je.
Itulah, patutnya boleh je. Sekejap, today 20. Kalau ikut Teams dia tak ada limitation.
Sebab tu yang grey tu AM.
Okay, sekejap. Betul, sorry.
So kena check PM.
Terkejut sekarang ni Google Meet punya limit kan. Okay, say thank you. Okay, so now we already set here. We check the details. Okay. I mean final exam, the date, the title, okay, the date and also the time. Okay, so the duration is also showed here 3 hours. Okay, so now after we already confirm, we click create. So we take some time to create the link. Okay, now we already have created the link. Okay, so now we will do next is we have meeting options. So we click on the meeting options. Okay, dekat sini, this is the actually by default the setting. Okay, so we can set here who can bypass the lobby. So people in my organization and in guests. Okay, this one, if students sign in using their Microsoft email, actually they can straight away join this link. Okay, so if possible, we can request student to use their Microsoft student email. Okay, because our email is Gmail, but students' email by default is actually Microsoft email. Okay, so this one actually we can bypass. If we let everyone, this will be hiccup because there are cases of raiders. That means unwanted people who actually come into the session and create chaos. I think a few times already happened, and they put unwanted punya kacau lah. Dia memang kacau habis. So sampai link tu tak boleh guna. It's a common case right now. So that's why it's very important when we share our link, session link, make sure it's between the organization. So the best setting is people in my organization and guests. Okay. Always let callers bypass the lobby. If this one, the case study itulah. Okay, when you don't want people inside the lobby, just click yes. Okay, and then here allow mics for attendees, allow cameras for attendees. Okay, record automatically. Choose yes. So when the session starts, it will automatically record. Okay. And then if you want to allow reaction from student, you can yes or no. You can keep it as that. So what is provide card option? Card option is basically translation of language from different language from other parts of the world. You can so translation here. So for my option, just keep it no. Okay, because by default it will be English setting if you not if you choose no. Then you click save. Okay. Okay, now you can close this tab. Okay, now it's ready here. Okay. So now we add link. So when we click add link, the link is here. So what we do is we copy this link. Okay. We control X, that means we cut and then we paste it here. Okay. So the automatic is the link is here. Okay. Then make sure you display description on course page. Okay, so now we're already ready. Our team setup is ready here. And appearance is up to you. You can say embed, you can just open or in pop-up. Okay, so if you choose open, it one will be opening at the same browser. We can choose embed. That means it's supposed to come out the view of the meeting link. But my suggestion will be in pop-up for the students. Okay, save and return course. Okay, if you notice here, just drag it up here. Okay, make it in sequential. So after the student integrity form, you have the final exam link form. Okay, so is it working? So we click on it. Okay, the pop-up will come here. So either we can choose cancel and then they can choose continue on this browser. So this is for the student. Okay, so that's the meeting we created just now. Okay. So since it's not open yet, because you already set the time with it, so it will not be open. So this is using, what do you say, Microsoft Teams. Okay, so how we add for Google? So for Google, I think Google, the problem with Google is actually limited to 1 hour, right? I'm not sure that one is being implemented or not, but nevertheless, I'll teach you how, a simple way. Okay, we open our calendar. Okay. Okay, we choose our date, so 21st February, okay. You can see the button create here, you create the button here. So we put here, final exam, ETE 3232, okay. And then, okay, we choose the time. So time will be 5:30, okay. So does not repeat, okay, at the Google Meet video conferencing, okay. And then what you do is you copy link address, right click and then copy link address. Okay, so you check the details here. Okay, this is enough, and then we save. So once we save, you already have inside the calendar. So we have this link here in our calendar, ready-made for the next month's final exam, and then this link can last until 3 months. Okay, so coming back, okay, the same style, add an activity. Okay, so you choose URL, final exam, 3232. Okay, Control V, that means we enter the URL here. Okay, description will be same as previous, so I just copy back this one. If in the case of you want to set Google Meet, if you already set Teams, then Teams should be okay. Appearance, okay, make sure you choose in pop-up and then save to and return to course. So here you already set up for the final exam link using Google Meet, the second one. So until now we already actually set up our exam link. So any questions on this part for the setting up of Teams, the link of Teams? Any questions on setting up the exam link?
Ada nak tanya ni sebenarnya.
Ya, Dr.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Dia kita set ni macam meeting. Lepas tu nanti macam mana dia nak jawab soalan?
Macam mana dia nak jawab soalan?
Student jawab apa yang type-type macam biasa tu?
Dia lepas kita set meeting link ni, kita akan open kan. So student dia akan open webcam dia dengan webcam dia lah kan. And then lepas pada tu dia akan access lah final exam punya question. So actually kita tengok dia orang secara live lah.
Okey, kiranya meeting tu untuk melihat mereka lah.
Ya betul.
Lepas tu ada sebab difahamkan kalau guna UDAS ni boleh macam lock screen. Kalau buat cara macam ni boleh lock screen ya?
Okay, yang konsep lock screen ni kita panggil sebagai SEB, Safe Exam Browser. So actually dalam UDAS sebenarnya kita ada setting Safe Exam Browser, but untuk kali ni kita tak fokuskan lagi sebab Safe Exam Browser kita and then plus dia kena set up di dua-dua desktop, maksud dia di desktop pensyarah dan juga desktop pelajar. So kekangan dia bila let's say sebab dia ada requirement on the desktop itself for now. Sebab tu kalau kata untuk implementation kali ni kita tak fokus lagi kepada SEB, Safe Exam Browser. Apa yang kita cuba buat ialah kita cuba selaraskan dulu semua execution final exam di UDAS. InsyaAllah next time once the SEB kita setting dah ada apa semua, insyaAllah akan ada satu lagi session lah. Macam ni siapa yang berminat untuk guna Safe Exam Browser. Safe Exam Browser, yes, dia ada lock system, lock screen, dia ada all the more enhanced punya features lah. Tapi yang tu kita ada special conditions on that lah. So yang tu kita akan ada another session. But for now kita nak just selaraskan yang very basic punya dululah cara. Maksudnya cara common yang kita ada praktis sekarang ni di dalam platform ni. Boleh Dr. Razlina?
Okay. Alright. Okay, terima kasih.
Okay, sama. Okay,
Doktor?
Ya saya.
Saya ada nak tanya Doktor. Okay, berkenaan dengan yang webcam on ni kan, so katalah kalau macam student ramai kan, macam mana kita nak tengok ramai-ramai tu?
Macam mana kita nak tengok ramai-ramai? Saya rasa by default kalau dekat sini.
Sebab kalau yang appear kan dia appear macam limited number kan, kita kena tukar macam tu kan. So ada cara yang lagi senang tak untuk tengok ramai kalau in case kalau student 130 orang?
Okay, sekejap saya tengok ada review.
Sambung Doktor, related to the question yang tadi tu, kita fokus on student face or on student paper? Mana satu yang kita nak minta student untuk tunjukkan sebenarnya kalau dalam ni?
Maksudnya kamu mungkin saya tak dapat soalan tu.
Maksudnya kan kita jawab, student jawab exam kan, so kita dia punya kamera tu dia akan tunjuk pada paper ke ataupun tunjuk pada face student tu?
Sebab dia tak share screen, dia just on webcam je. So on webcam tu dia akan nampak muka kita. So kita
muka
just
student je lah.
Kita to the detail of
kita nak confirmkan dia punya attendance je lah actually kan?
Yes.
Alright.
Lebih kepada itulah sebab kalau kita nak pergi ke advance tu kita kena more use sophisticated punya proctoring punya sistem kan. So kita tak sampai ke level, cuma kita nak verify that student tu yang menjawab soalan tu lah. Tapi in terms of view ni, kalau tak silap saya dekat sini kita ada gallery view, kita boleh tak silap together view. Cuma untuk Teams ni saya kurang pasti lah. Kalau macam Google Meet dia boleh set until 49 kan. Kalau Zoom, if you set Zoom dia boleh pergi pada pages lah. Kalau sini sebab tu kita boleh view together punya view dekat sini. Kan kalau kita on kamera kita lah. Saya tak pasti ni boleh try ke tak. Tapi basically there's a limited of you say kita tak mungkin boleh view all the participant dekat screen because that's limitation lah. But as maximum as possible kita boleh view di sini lah. So this is one, orang kata apa, we can say as a drawback in terms of kita nak use these tools lah. Jawab ke soalan Dr. tadi?
Okay, boleh, thank you.
Nak tanya, Assalamualaikum, nak tanya satu lagi tentang apa yang view tadi. Sebab dia ada limitation in terms of number of participant. Jadi boleh tak kalau macam kita katakanlah limit dia 50 katakan. So kita create, sudah kita ada 100 dan kita create dua parallel meeting session untuk solve masalah tu. Possible tak?
Dua parallel session boleh, tak ada masalah sebenarnya. Kalau saya tak pernah guna Teams untuk parallel session. Tapi untuk Google Meet, actually saya ada satu session saya buat tahun lepas. Saya guna parallel Google Meet session. Maksudnya saya ada lebih kurang 200 lebih student. Saya pecahkan kepada 3 concurrent session. So bila pecah pada 3 concurrent session, maksud student, contohlah, kalau kata kita ada exam kita 100 orang kan, kita ambil 100 orang. Okay, maximum view 49. Maybe kita pecah pada 3 session. Okay, 3 session of maybe 40, 30, let's say. And then kita assign, okay, this section student masuk this session, this link. Okay, and then minta semua student on camera, kan, on camera, and then make sure student to off dia orang punya apa, mic lah. So kalau nanti bising per 3 session, sebab kita receiver kepada 100. Dia orang hanya view kita sahaja. Okay, so okay, when kita make these 3 3 parallel session, that means di tab kita, our browser tab, okay, we can set each browser tab tu 3 tu concurrent. So the way student boleh bertanya ialah is actually they on their mic, tell their name from this session and they can ask the question there. Dia macam tu. Faham tak? So that's parallel session lah.
Kiranya macam kalau kita di Google Calendar macam tadi tu kan, Google Calendar. So kita create 3 meeting lah kan.
Betul.
Tapi pada waktu yang sama lah. Macam tu je lah kan.
Betul macam tu.
Okay, terima kasih.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum Doktor.
Ya, waalaikumsalam.
Tadi setting yang Doktor tunjuk tu dalam apa UDAS tadi tu, letak attendance, link dengan soalan tu, kita kalau subjek saya sebelum ni kami buat di Google Classroom.
Okey.
Jadi bila kita Google Classroom, dia kami sebab 100 lebih, 120 lebih student, 2 section. Jadi untuk membantu kami kontrol bagai 2 pensyarah lah.
Okey.
Google Classroom dia dan Google Classroom saya lah, macam tu.
Okey.
Masing-masing. Cuma bila kita nak about to bagi soalan tu, kita ada mungkin few minutes lah berbeza sebab nak bagi sudah masuk semua, nak pastikan lah coordination setiap section tu. Sekarang ni bila dia buat secara UDAS, maksudnya hanya seorang lecturer lah sahaja kan boleh kontrol dengan 120 lebih student tu. Sebab dia bersubjek kan, betul tak? Kiranya lecturer lain, katakan saya koordinator. Maknanya yang kontrol hanyalah perlu seorang lah saja. Sebab dia per subjek. Betul kan Doktor? Dia tak boleh bahagi lecturer lain dengan subjek yang sama pun kontrol sistem yang sama untuk subjek yang sama.
Dia asasnya sebab kalau tak silap saya, dia kan kita sebab satu subjek kita ada multiple lecturers kan.
Betul.
So kalau ikut konsep kalam sekarang ni, kita ada rasanya auto create untuk group by section, betul tak? If you notice, kita dah ada setting auto group by section. That means kalau sebelum ni kita akan buat submission based on, kita akan duplicate dan kita create based on section kan. So sekarang ni
kalau UDAS bagaimana?
Saya rasa kalau tak silap UDAS dia ada
tak dengar Doktor.
Hilang, Dr. Fahim hilang suara.
Sekarang dengar tak?
Baru dengar.
Okey, dia line tak stabil pula kat fakulti.
Kena repeat balik.
Tak, sekejap saya tengah cari setting tu, doktor tanya tadi tu. Sebab sekarang ni, tak silap saya, kita ada setting by section. Kita tak perlu recreate balik. Group submission set.
Bawah lagi kot.
Bahagian restriction.
So ni bahagian restriction ni, sekarang ni kalau tak silap saya, kita ada based on group sini.
Tak nampak skrin.
Tak nampak ah? Sekejap, sorry.
Tapi dia tak boleh copy, doktor.
Ya?
Dia tak boleh duplicate. Kalau ada 2 section, dia tak boleh duplicate.
Sebab saya baru tahu hari tu, dia kisah dia dekat UDAS ni, dia orang disablekan duplicate. I mean, dia kata sebab that time the reasoning was duplication ni causing a lot of memory punya consumption, unwanted punya resource punya consumption apa semua. Tapi since untuk UDAS ni kita dah actually kita dah limit kan. So nanti kita akan ambil balik feedback lah untuk mudahkan pensyarah jugalah untuk actually create duplication tu kan. So itu kita akan buat improvement lah. So kalau tak silap saya, nampak tak skrin saya? Sorry.
Boleh.
Okay.
Nampak.
Kalau ikutkan dekat restrict access ni, dia submission by group, actually dia dah ada group yang pecah macam ni. So student must belong to any group lah. So dia akan ada pre-created punya group. Cuma saya tak pasti, in terms of kalam dia dah memang guna features ni lah. So kita sebenarnya tak perlu buat replication ataupun duplication of submission tu. So student to belong to which group, dia akan terus berada di group tu.
Tapi kalau ada 2 section, kita kena ulang lah juga kan, 2 soalan, 2 setting yang sama kan untuk yang setting tadi tu.
Rasa tak perlu rasanya.
Kena buat, doktor.
Kalau kita restrict satu section untuk information semua details tadi, itu untuk baru section 1. Dan kita kena satu lagi setting dan kita set untuk section 2 pula.
Dia tak ada duplicate tu. Sebab duplicate tu sebab ni buat untuk satu section je. Faham saya.
Okay. So that means maksud dia request kita untuk create dia walaupun kita ada group setting macam ni ke?
Dia kalam boleh. Kita buat kita duplicate, lepas tu kita tukar je setting ni. So tak payah buat soalan tu balik. Macam UDAS dia tak boleh. Pengalaman saya lah.
Okay. Sebab yang kalau ikut sekarang ni lah kan, kita dah dia auto grade group based on section daripada IMS kan. So student dia automatically dah di set dalam group. Cuma saya check dekat sini.
Kena appear dia ada satu je.
So nanti saya mungkin untuk penambahbaikan lah, kita tambah sini auto section group daripada IMS lah. So once kalau dah ada dekat sini, kita choose separate group je lah. So student dia akan follow this setting lah bila dia submit. Based on question tu.
Jadi untuk setakat ni kena ke semua student lah kot kan? Satu subjek lah.
So kalau maybe buat masa sekarang kita pecahkan section dekat dia punya header lah kan. Kita kena
betul. Dia akan masuk kat situ lah juga. Masuk berdasarkan link lah maksudnya yang kita set.
Ya. Kalau kita pakai restrict access tu pun sebenarnya jadi juga tau.
Itulah saya rasa jadi. Cuma
nanti bila dekat nak marking dia akan keluar semua. Cuma kita boleh pilih nak section mana. Sebab bila kita tak buat nanti sakit nak cari student tu. Kalau kita ada 3 section. Memang kena buat 3 sebab I dah pernah kena. 200
maksudnya kat sini Dr. Nas kita ulang lah kan?
Ya ulang. Tak section 1, section 2, section 3. Maksudnya if kena letak juga syarat dia, if you belong to any of the section, baru boleh akses soalan tu.
Okay, terima kasih.
Tapi dekat sini nak kena buat 2-3, let's say final exam BTE 3233 tu kena duplicate lah kan.
Yang ni okay, saya set untuk kita set.
Yang ni tak boleh dekat UDAS saya tengok. Sebab bila dah set restriction by section tu, dia akan allow section tu je yang attempt untuk let's say final exam BTE 3232 tu. So kalau
kena syarat dia kena betulkan. Dia ada syarat macam if you belong to any ataupun if you belong to all of the syarat yang kita letak tu.
Sudah faham. Sebab nanti kita student akan masuk macam mana?
Dr. Fahim boleh tunjuk kot letak restriction tu.
Restriction tu tengok restriction jap.
Okay, untuk yang macam kita buat conventional style lah, student download soalan kan, lepas tu dia orang jawab, dia orang nak upload kan. So cadangan saya, kita create satu link gunakan assignment untuk letak soalan saja dulu. Sini tak ada submission. So
kalau
bila
jadi
yang ni maksudnya kita untuk view soalan lah, student boleh download soalan. Yang ni kita tak akan submission.
Tak, maksud saya dari segi yang nak attempt tu, yang jenis online tu, bukan yang manual ni. Maksudnya nak kena jawab dalam sistem.
Oh, jenis yang quiz tu ke?
Jenis quiz tu. Yang tu kena duplicate jugalah kat sini kan.
Yang tu cadangannya buat masa sekarang kita kena sekejap. Rasa sini restrict access, kita boleh add restriction kat sini rasanya.
Ya, saya buat. Tapi untuk satu section je. Kalau kita restrict, satu section je untuk setting, untuk satu set. Saya kena buat lagi
Ayat kat atas tu, jangan letak match the following. Sebab kalau match the following memang tak kena. Dia kena buat if you belong to any. Sorry tu. Kan kotak tu nampak tak? Dekat restrict access tu, jangan letak mas.
Yang ni tukar jadi must not ke? Dia dua je.
Tak, ni sebab restriction tak ada. Dia kena ada at least 2 restriction, baru dia akan keluar any.
Tak faham.
Macam kalau dalam kalam tu dia macam panggil nested tu kan? Kalau dalam kalam dia ada
letak 2.
Kalau jadi any group tu,
kan tengok tak? Must match. Kalau must match, kalau dia bukan group 1 dan group 2 memang dia tak boleh masuk. Dia kena buat
must any.
Tukar must tu kepada
must
match any. Any apa boleh maksudnya? Betul. Yang any tu, dia kena jadi any.
Tu dah tukar jadi any kan? Ini
kalau ni dia akan split tak markah nanti?
Bila kita marking, kita pilih section yang kita nak saja, dia akan asingkan dia punya keluar tu.
Dia asing by kita setting ni lah.
Section, yes. Kalau tak setting ni yang memang akan keluar semua.
Okay. Faham. Mana ni dia akan student akan masuk ikut section dia lah.
Betul.
Right. Terima kasih.
Nak bertanya sesuatu.
Ya.
Soalan tu mesti kena guna cara ni ataupun kita boleh bagi cara macam Google Form tadi?
Dia tak ada masalah sebenarnya. Kita acknowledge macam dia pensyarah sebenarnya dah establish cara masing-masing. So yang saya ajar ni yang cara yang common, yang paling senang lah, means download kan, student jawab and then we create submission ni based on question submission lah dekat sini. So another way ialah let's say kalau kita guna Google Form kan,
dia guna URL kan?
Dia just guna URL saja. So kita add URL, so just embed sini je.
Embed sini saja, okay lah.
So, appearance kita just choose embed lah. So nanti dia akan keluar. So either dia boleh choose itu ataupun kalau kita nak dia pop up, boleh guna pop up ataupun open, boleh open. Tak ada masalah.
Okay, so dia akan set macam biasalah sini. Dia punya time apa semua tu.
Ya. So cadangannya is kita sebenarnya kita cadangkan untuk asingkan lah. Contoh kita ada details of the exam, integrity form, link, settle. So untuk question ni biar satu section macam ni. It'll be easier. So kita jangan mix up dengan Google Form tu lah kan. Then kita nak download atau kita segregation apa semua, it will be easier lah. Itu cadangan kita lah, tapi we leave it to the, let's say pensyarah lah. Kalau kata nak campurkan integrity form tu dengan soalan final exam pun tak ada masalah. That means kita tambah section saja. After section dia agree, dia terus masuk kepada soalan tu. Boleh juga.
Okay, so satu lagi. Setiap soalan tu, bila dia tengah buat soalan tu, Microsoft Teams tu sentiasa on lah.
Ya, kita cadangkan on lah webcam tu.
Macam mana kalau student dia ada limited internet tu?
Itu okay. In terms of, itu memang soalan yang saya susah sendiri nak jawab lah, sebab internet ni kalau based on tempat student ni, dia ada yang limited, ada yang okay. So we leave it to the lecturers on the trust base lah. This is trust base issue lah. Kalau lecturer percaya okay, yang menjawab tu adalah student tu apa semua, then should be okay lah. Sebab student yang ada masalah internet ni, saya rasa kita boleh trace daripada awal kan. So kita mungkin boleh query pada student yang ada masalah internet apa semua, dan kita mungkin bagi sedikit leniency lah pada dia orang. Masalah internet ni pun it's never ending issue juga sebenarnya. So itu depends pada kita. Tapi kalau boleh at the first hand, maybe saya bercakap dengan selalu kalau student saya suruh dalam on sekejap dalam first 10 minutes apa semua, then dia akan request untuk tutup webcam, dan saya bagilah, sebab saya tahu student yang ada problem internet saya dah ada detail beforehand. So this is cara yang saya buat lah, tapi bergantung pada pensyarah lah macam mana. Ya kan, sebab we can't push too much kan, sebab dia guna untuk webcam, dia guna untuk access platform, mungkin internet dia memang slow. So cara saya is actually for the first 10 minutes untuk verify, saya akan verify semua, then student yang betul ada internet problem je ditutup. Yang lain semua on lah. Itu cara saya implement. Maybe ada lecturers ada experience ke yang experience ni boleh share? Okay, saya rasa untuk kalau based on tentatively, saya rasa kita dah sampailah dekat nombor 3/4. So basically when kita dah clear of this, so kita akan nampak in structure how our actually our final exam will be look like lah. So kita ada perubahan in terms of topic, okay, kita boleh edit topik di sini. And let's say kalau kata kita boleh set beforehand lah, even kita masa tengah buat final exam punya question lagi sebenarnya, all these details kan, sebab kita dah ada all the details. So kita letak saja, and then kita make sure by inilah student integrity form, final exam link, and then we have the questions and we have the submission. Always kita kena remember bila student submit, kita kena check lah, verify student dah submit all the questions and everything, sebab student akan ada bertanggungjawab lah atas apa dia orang dah submit. So this part kalau based on top kita dah cover semua. Any questions regarding session today? So buat semester ni saya rasa siapa yang prefer boleh nak guna UDAS, boleh selaraskan di UDAS lah. Sebab if I'm not mistaken, maybe insyaAllah next time mungkin kita akan mewajibkan lah, ini tak confirm lagi, mungkin wajibkan penggunaan UDAS. So this is first step towards that lah. So any questions and answer? Ada soalan? Saya semua
Yeah. Doctor. Yeah. Sorry, just want to ask for the answer submitted, is it necessary like question 1, 2, 3, 4, or can the student straight away submit like from answer from question 1 to question 4, for example?
Yes, actually we can credit into one single submission. That means question 1 until question 4. But recommended it's better student to submit one by one question actually. But at times, because if let's say the case the student was attending and then couldn't submit, okay, and then we trace the student wasn't there, but all the answers has been done there. So how we going to trace? At least there's some proof to say they already submitted 1 question, 2 questions. Then okay, we can clarify with the student, are you submitted the other questions? So that's why the suggestion is to actually to break into question submissions. But we can make it into a single submission, no problem.
Okay. Usually student is like submitted in handwriting, or is it like they are typing in the Microsoft Word?
We can set the requirement by handwriting. If we can set by handwriting, what's usually students do is after they write the answer on the paper, they scan or they photocopy it, and then they transfer to their laptop, and then they will transfer to the system. So that's why, although the exam is 3 hours, we need some leverage of timing for the submission and those things. If Microsoft Word, if let's say if you are using tools, maybe the submission of the diagram from the tools, okay, we can use online submission. So two ways. You can actually even mix together actually.
Okay, I see.
That's why we can break the submission part.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot for your clarifications. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, I got one question.
Yes.
Okay, suppose when we are giving the link of Google Meet, then students can submit their answer in Google Meet, correct?
Okay.
In Google classes.
Okay.
And suppose suppose we have created the link for our final exam, we give provided them the Google link, and then all the students can submit the answers to the Google classes.
Yeah.
So that can be done. We don't need to do in the Microsoft team. Everything can be managed through the Google classes.
Yeah, sure, can.
So means for advertisement or whatever link, we can provide Google link, and then everything we can manage from the Google classes.
Yes, I mean this is the concept of Google Classroom, right?
Yes, Google Classroom.
Yeah, you just set the link in the platform, and the student just can access the link from there, and then you can do it everything inside the classroom.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the questions. Just a little promotions. Actually, starting from last month, from our part, PSP or CREL, actually we launched clinic, e-learning clinic. Okay, basically, what we mean by clinic is, okay, we have questions regarding on all the e-learning initiatives in our university. So for instance, let's say you have problem with Kalam, UDAS, or any initiative global classroom regarding technicality or whatsoever, actually we have a solution, a one-stop solution center. We call it as e-learning clinic. So here we have our expertise will be selected based on the topic regarding on the inquiry. So just a recap on what have been done. Let's say you have problem with Kalam, how to set up Kalam, how to make a blended learning. Okay, we already blasted the email to take your inquiry, and then we create small sessions with experts to help you to solve the problem. For instance, macam tadi kita nak set up section apa semua. So some of us may be new lecturers, okay. So you send your query here, okay. And then we set up sessions. Maximum per session is 3%, so it's very concentrated to solve your e-learning problem specifically related to you. Okay, so my encouragement, even is the simplest inquiry up to the most complex problem regarding on e-learning in UMP, don't hesitate to actually join our clinic. So that's why every first week of each month, we will actually blast an email having a link inside there to put your feedback, not feedback, your inquiries to, seek help. And then from there, we identify the topics and we assign expert. We will contact you and arrange a session to that. Okay. So for those who are new, for those who have maybe lost some touch and want to actually know furthermore on any kind of problems inside e-learning in our university, do join our clinic here. Okay. You can scan through the QR code or you can access the link through the email. That was one email. The second email has been sent today. Okay, please join. We will try to assist to solve your problem. Okay, this is one of our newest initiatives to help our academicians, our fellow academicians in having a better e-learning experience. Okay, that's all from me. So I'll pass back this mic to Rose. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Dr. Fahim atas explanation yang jelas berkenaan UDAS. Kepada para pensyarah yang masih lagi mengalami masalah untuk attendance, mohon maklum kepada kami dengan keadaan yang segera. Saya rasa ada apa-apa soalan lagi ke nak bagi, untuk para pensyarah yang ingin bertanya? Sekiranya
Satu soalan. Dia nak tanya, penggunaan UDAS untuk final exam ni wajib ke digalakkan sebenarnya semester ni?
Buat masa sekarang digalakkan, tapi mungkin next semester adalah wajib. Kita tunggu pengeliling daripada JH lah.
Okay.
So this semester kita nak cuba, we want to try for the lecturers to familiarize with UDAS lah.
Okay, terima kasih.
Okay, sama.
Sebelum pagi ada satu soalan nak tanya, actually UDAS dengan kalam apa perbezaan mereka, sebab tadi doktor yang tunjuk itu I rasa kalam pun boleh buat, so kenapa perlukan UDAS?
Okay. Okay, thank you for the question. Ya, betul. Kalau ikutkan sekarang, kalam actually can accommodate all the functions of what UDAS does right now. But as we did some analysis, kalam becomes very heavy in terms of when we want to do assessment with the material together. So we have problem in terms of the performance of kalam in the sense that for assessment. That's why we had issues of system down and so ever. So one of the reason is too many loads to be loaded to the system. So if you notice, per subject consists of certain amount of files, in which if let's say we do some online transaction, okay, the burden of carrying the load is heavy. So that's why regarding to this matter, we separated. That means in the future, we will separate the components. So for now, we are still maintaining all the components inside kalam, including the assessment. But later on, starting maybe next semester, we actually will segregate out the functionalities of assessment from kalam. Okay, so that's why we want to keep it kalam as for material storage and all those things, materials and all related teaching teaching activities. For assessment, we will go to UDAS. So in terms of actually some of our colleagues already use UDAS, but in terms of performance during the midterm test is far more, I mean, can go up to an amount of 4-figure number of students assessment without having any hiccups. So that's why for now, we can say yes, kalam has the functionality of UDAS, but in the future we will segregate. So that means you want to keep it kalam as more towards like storage of material learning activities. For assessment, will be fully on UDAS. So that's why we are trying to ask our fellow academicians to actually to use UDAS. I think that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor.
Okay, welcome. Okay, I think Rose tuju kot.
Okay, kalau sekiranya para pensyarah tiada lagi soalan, so kalau macam tu kita akhiri. Doktor ada apa-apa lagi, Doktor? Mohon untuk para pensyarah buka kamera kalau boleh untuk kita ambil gambar.
On camera ke, Rose?
On camera kalau boleh kita nak ambil gambar sama-sama semua.
Rose ambil kan?
Ya, saya ambil, Doktor.
Okay.
Dr. Fahim, backlight.
Okay. Alright, everyone is getting ready? Okay, kita hold for the second. Alright, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, kejap sorry. Okay, last picture. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, terima kasih kepada semua para pensyarah dan terima kasih kepada Dr. Fahim atas penerangan yang mendalam berkenaan UDAS. Terima kasih semua. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.